Hello, welcome to the Football Dudes Extranomical Fantasy Show. He's Dave. I'm Casey. It's time to talk a little fantasy.
All right, Casey, let's get it going. Can you live this fantasy life, Casey?
Dave, it's not reality. It's just a fantasy. And it's not only a fantasy, it's fantasy playoffs this week, week 14 in most leagues.
Woo!
So, Dave, we have a 12-team league on NFL.com, non PPR, three wides, two receivers, 6 points for a quarterback touchdown,
Yep.
as it should be.
Yeah, just like in the NFL, Casey.
Yeah, yeah. A touchdown to 6 points.
It makes sense, man. Hey, and our waiver claim is moved to last after claim never reset, which is a very cool way to do it. After a successful waiver claim, you're moved to the lowest priority. But if you decide not to, then your waiver priority goes up, 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 so you can get somebody when you really need them.
And we have a super competitive league, only 5 bench spots. So you have to make some difficult decisions week to week, Dave.
Brutal.
And the talent that was on the waiver wire this week, some of those decisions were made last week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, obviously, it was tight end heavy, and then a couple of quarterbacks: Logan Thomas, Robert Tunyon, and Mike Gesicki gets picked up this morning on waivers. And then at quarterback, Tom Brady, what? Tom
What?
Brady and Drew Brees. It sounds amazing. Brees
Wow.
coming back off the IR, so somebody's looking to stash him and maybe get some points in the playoffs.
All right, Dave. Wow, you just mentioned a couple of the big quarterbacks there. What do we got left on the quarterback bone there? Any meat left?
Just a little bit, Casey. I like Rivers going into this weekend. He's averaging 22.69 over the last 4 games. I think his connection with the wide receivers has gotten a lot better over the last month or so. So I think Rivers looking to put up some, in the 20s there.
And I'm going to go ahead go with Matthew Stafford here. He's going to have to put up a bunch of points if the Lions are going to be in that game
Yep.
with the Packers. This is huge for the Lions. If they have any hopes to getting in that postseason, they're going to have to get a win against these Packers. Good luck, Lions.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
What about running back, bro?
I'm going to go with Mike Davis from Carolina. McCaffrey back, out for this week. So when he first got in there replacing McCaffrey, he was awesome. He did taper off, but they were coming off the bye. It is a tough matchup against Denver, but he's going to get a ton of touches.
Man, there is not a lot to like here, though.
No, there's not.
I guess I'm going to go with Gus Edwards. I talked about this guy. I thought that there was
Yeah,
speculation that he might be traded around the deadline. He hasn't. He ran all over my Cowboys on Thursday night.
sure
It
did.
is a quick turnaround there, but Ingram doesn't look like he's fully back. Dobbins has done nice. So it is a timeshare there, but
Yeah.
it's a team that likes to run the ball, the number one rushing attack in the NFL. So you might get lucky, but it's slim pickings when you're trying to pick up a running back week 14 in your
Yeah.
fantasy.
Good luck with that.
All right,
I'm
Dave, what about receiver?
going to go with Russell Gage from the Falcons. They're going against the Chargers. No Julio Jones, so his obviously he's going to get a lot more touches opposite of Calvin Ridley. There, they're gonna, he's going to be the other guy. So, and Atlanta defense, they've given up a ton to quarterback and wide receiver, which makes me believe this is going to be a high-scoring football game. So, should be some points available.
I like Darius Slayton here, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go with Gabriel Davis for the Bills. We saw that
Mhm.
command of the offense that Josh Allen had on
Yep.
Monday Night Football. Uh, Steelers a little banged up in the secondary. Joe Hayden, I don't think he's going to play. It's a short week for the Steelers. The Bills offense is just all in right now. So no
Yeah.
Smokey Brown for the Bills. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice with my guy there, Davis. All the boys think he's a spy. He's got Gabriel Davis eyes, Dave.
He has been coming up lately, Casey.
All right, you mentioned all the tight ends on the waiver wire. There's still a little bit left here.
Yeah, I like John Smith for Tennessee.
Mm,
He's the last couple of games, he's got a 9.2, 7.5, and an 8. And so that's pretty consistent from the tight end position. He had been tied for or leading the league at touchdowns. So if he just grabs a touchdown, you're in great shape there.
Yeah, and it's kind of a roulette here too, but I'm going to
Yeah.
go with your guy Trey Burton for the Colts. He seems
Mm,
to be
mm,
the favorite one for Philip Rivers there on this offense. He's got a couple other options there, but look for
yeah.
him to get in some dirty work against those Raiders on Sunday. And what a huge, huge game that's going to be.
Huge.
It was huge. All right, Dave. What about defense, bro?
I like Tampa Bay, available surprisingly in our league. I guess having, like you said, getting the pinch last week, somebody had to let them go. Going against Minnesota, coming out of their bye week. So ranked seventh overall in total defense and 11th in points. So really strong unit. But I guess the buy you got to cut somebody, right?
Yeah, you know what? And I'm shocked that I'm even going to say these words, Dave, but I'm going to go with the football giants, man.
Huh?
Kyler
Same
Murray
indeed.
coming to town. He's not been running. I'm not sure if he's okay. That shoulder is still a little banged up, but he's not running the ball a lot either. No rushing touchdowns in these three straight losses there. The
Wow.
Giants did a nice job of containing Russell Wilson last week in Seattle. A similar mix there with Arizona. So I'm going to roll the dice on the Gigantes there.
Nice.
Hey, and if you haven't checked out the Trend Zone yet, you still have time. Games on Sunday are still a little ways away. Get in there. We have a ton of insight on the major games coming up in Week 14. That is the Trend Zone podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever the hell you get your podcasts.
All right. Or just head on over to footballdudes.com. It's all there. We got the killer Twitter gallery there as well. Hey, and as long as you're there, click on our Amazon button, Casey,
Yes,
right? I mean,
that's right.
won't do you no harm. Could make Casey and I a couple of bucks. All right. And heading into Christmas, you're going to be doing some online shopping in Amazon.
That's right. All right, that's going to do it for the Football Dudes Extranomical Fantasy Show. If you're good enough to get into the playoffs, good luck to you this weekend, and may your fantasy and reality meld into one beautiful football weekend. We'll see you next week.